Hey, great Tuesday evening. It is a interesting evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas, and I'm just surprised that interesting evening in the city. I'm just surprised that Lucy made it on time. Nothing else on this day. Ay, marrana, bájate, bájate, marrana. Nothing surprises me more than Lucy is here on time, except for my cat sitting on the computer and making my YouTube go berserk. Berserk, I say. Y le digo marrana de cariño. It's not like I'm calling her gorda or anything. And then, I would expect someone to pull out a gun at me. So we'll see. Uh, Good evening. Good evening. Erasmo, what's the word on people being mayor making everyone aware of the cold temperatures? Uh, where are the cold temperatures coming? Let me say, one of the things that I think that I saw, I'm reading the comments ahead and y'all making me laugh, Lucy. But one of the things that I think that we all should be getting ready for is for these cold winter days that are supposedly coming our way. Let me just give you, of course, how it affected me, and because that's what's really important is how does it affect Erasmo Castro. And the truth of the matter is, I did get a travel warning from American Airlines. American Airlines goes out there and sends me a travel notice saying, you might want to change your flight at no charge. And I'm going like, are you trying to tell me something? Because we are scheduled to fly out to New York City this coming Friday. We will be spending Christmas in New York City. So they sent me that notice, and originally I was supposed to fly out of McAllen, out of McAllen uh, Friday at 1 o'clock. So I started to think, and I was thinking, and I was thinking, and I said, I've got some work to do, some weddings to do in the morning. So if I rush myself after the weddings at 10, I'll get there 11:30 because of traffic, maybe 12. And I hate McAllen traffic. There's nothing worse in the Rio Grande Valley than the traffic going into McAllen. It's just horrible because it seems like they've been fixing that road for decades already, and they aren't getting anywhere fast. And that's just very, very unfortunate. So I called the airline and I said, "Hey, I was out with the road. Okay, guys." So I said, "Hey, since y'all doing this, we'll change your schedule. How about switching my flight from McAllen to Harlingen?" And they say, "Sir, we're going to have to charge you a little bit extra." And I said, "How much extra?" So she does the calculations. $95 for all three tickets. And I said, "Change that sucker." So it makes my travel a little bit lighter because it's here in Harlingen. And I arrive earlier in New York at the airport, La Guardia, which should give me enough time to do something Friday night in regards to going seeing what is out there in the city. So I consider it a win-win for $100. So I will be flying into New York hopefully at 6 o'clock, and start enjoying New York City for Christmas that night. But with PUB, we haven't gotten word. I think one of the things that we got word was from the school district that that half day that they were going to work on Friday, it's canceled out. No school on Friday. That's actually a good thing. I really wish that they would have canceled school Thursday and Friday. I think that would have been a lot nicer. Because let me tell you, having all these folks on the road on Friday does worry me. Because everyone and their mother is probably going to go out there and trying to get these late minute gifts. And that's just absurd. And that's just crazy. That is why you got to do what Erasmo Castro does, guys, for Christmas and for birthdays and for any other occasion out there. I don't gift anything. No gifts. Zip. Zero. Nada. And I do that because not so much because I'm cheap. I am, but more than anything, there's no expectations of Erasmo giving gifts because everyone knows Erasmo just doesn't give gifts. So bring my some bagels. No. So maybe I can bring bagels. So I'm going to mosey on to the other side, mosey on to the other side, and get myself to Harlingen. I should say by if I leave here at 9:45, I'll get in Harlingen to the Harlingen Airport at 10:15. My flight leaves at 11:15. 11:15. So in that respects, I'll do good. Let's see. Yeah, no, 11:10. Should be good. I think so. It's just Harlingen Airport. It's not like I'm going to DFW or something or Atlanta Airport. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, we'll talk about the mayor. Didn't see the mayor's publication. I think one of the reasons why he decided to go out there and respond was because of how poorly they handled the freeze, last year's freeze. So I'm wondering if they're prepared. And I think Kayla had put out a post out there that I saw, and it was basically asking the city commission and I think PUB as well what were the resources that they were working on or had they allotted in order to prepare in case we do have rollouts, we do have blackouts, we do have different areas of our city without any electricity. Uh, I do not think that she got a response, and I think that's very unfortunate. Uh, you would think that by now we would have gotten some word in regards to what's going on, but nothing. Is it true that there are too many accidents in particular city or county? The insurance rate increases for that area. Yeah. But let me say, guys, I don't know what the hell is going on in the city of Brownsville. I mean, did you see today how bad it was? We had car chases. I mean, we had individuals out there, they're burning up their vehicles. It's just a crazy day. Did you see all that crap going on today, Susan?
I saw your post about the burning car.
Did you see all the chase that happened up
Yeah,
here?
the chase and the accidents, and I mean this
And
week.
there was there was two chases today. There
Yeah,
was two chases yesterday, and there was a shooting over there on
yep,
East, and then there
yep,
was another shooting over there by my house in Alton Glore.
yep. And then there was that on Sunday. The what was it? The police officers over here at the apartment building surrounding.
Sun Colony, wasn't it? Sun
Yep.
Colony?
Uh huh.
I mean, what the hell is going on? Is it something in the damn water?
I don't know.
And it's not like I always want to blame PUB and the city of Brownsville, but I do. But sometimes I think that there's just so much desesperación. There's so much tension. A lot of individuals, again, going back into what I think one of the things that we had made mention out there at the PUB meeting, a lot of people out there live paycheck to paycheck. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, having to deal with your lights being disconnected. And right now there's supposedly no disconnections, but with these huge bills and stuff, the holidays are coming. A lot of folks are lonely or don't have anyone to go to. People just get into the crazies.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure in everybody's lives right now. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, there's been a bunch going on. The accidents have been increasing for months now.
It's crazy. I'm not sure if you're very much aware with the insurance thing. I've heard that in some cities and some places it does go up. So I'm not sure how to answer Lucy's question.
I don't know if that would be I don't know. That would be I don't know that either. I know it'll go up individually, but I don't know about countywide.
Maybe Frankie would have known it since he's the insurance guy. I
Huh?
think that's what he does. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Huh? Let me say that one of the things that someone had made mention to me today was in regards again. I get this almost every day in regards to cartel involvement, cartel involvement. We're like, why does that sound so surprising to people here? It's just like, yeah, really think that they're not here? They are here. Uh,
Hmm.
I think what was it? Ah, because someone I knew got in trouble with the law a little bit, and because of a stolen vehicle. And we were talking about that. We're like, well, you got to understand, a lot of these car lots here, started to appear back in the 80s and the 90s, and they were our car washes from back then. And it's like they would just keep on popping up, popping up, popping up. And what we would say, the word on the street was todo es lavadero de dinero, money laundering. It's the easy way for these criminal organizations to launder money. Now it seems like all the car washes out there, are basically doing the same thing. But
Oh yeah.
in regards to all these little quirky little activities going on, guys, cartels are there.
Hmm.
They're not going away. What is the deal with the weird, crazy lady pulling a gun? That was just funny.
Oh, where was that at?
I think it was at the mall,
Shut up.
but they someone had parked too close to her. She couldn't get in her car because she couldn't open the door. So the guys were out there and calling her gorda, and she pulled a gun on him. I mean, I'm not condoning it, but I understand. You know, no, that's another one of those pressures. No one wants to be called gorda. You know,
It's just everybody's going from 0 to 60 in like a second. Like it's really we have to pull a gun now.
but in regards to the chase that I saw today on the video that I posted, I think Border Patrol was chasing the individuals. And one of the things, again, I just came back from Matamoros. I just came back from Matamoros. Let me tell you, I don't know if you follow Fox News. You've seen those videos where they have all those illegals camped out at different airports, like in El Paso, Denver, and on the streets in Juarez and stuff in the frigid weather.
Hmm.
As much as people may want to say that Fox News is fake news, it's happening. And
Hey, well, tomorrow Title 42 is done. No.
the Supreme Court put a stop to it.
Oh, they did
Yeah, they put a
today.
pause. Yeah, it was earlier this morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
don't know. I haven't followed the news. I don't know if it's still in play, but they put a pause on it. But we're still getting the 7,000 a day
Oh
without
yeah.
it. We're still getting
Yeah.
those people coming across. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
there's thousands, tens of thousands of people,
Mm-hmm.
like 6 blocks away from where we're at. But
Yeah.
what really upsets me is that a lot of folks out there didn't even know, Susan, that the parking garage right here was an illegal alien hub.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody sent me actually today, or was it? I think it was today or yesterday. They sent me the white buses. You know, the infamous white buses with the tinted windows down there. At that parking garage.
Well,
So, and apparently it's a bunch of men. It's not families. Is that right?
let me say, uh, there's I've not seen the white buses here at the bus stop, and this is where there might be this little disconnect. There's two groups of people coming to the United States right now. There's the individuals that are Mexican that wait in these long lines, carry these big old travel bags, guys, and then those are the ones that get on these white buses. Those come in with work permits,
Hmm.
and this is what really pisses me off, that they're doing it the right way. And a lot of
Right.
these individuals, they literally had to spend a lot of money in order to obtain these work permits.
Hmm.
So tonight there was literally a couple of huge lines on the border of individuals wanting to come across and go get a job. And in order to qualify for the work permit, uh, I guess I'm not an immigration attorney. This I just pretend to be one, but and that's a joke. But what happens is these companies up north that aren't able to fill a lot of these different positions because of the way that they've submitted requests through the Department of Labor, and they've given permission in order to bring individuals to work at different jobs that aren't being filled by American citizens or residents of the United States. So those, I think, those are great. If you're out there in line coming in with a work permit, more power to you, man. And
Yeah.
I'm always very respectful when I see them. I, thank them for being here and whatever. The illegal aliens that are crossing over by the tens of thousands now, I would dare say, they were being kept at the hub here at the parking garage, and the whole bottom floor was taped out just for illegal aliens. So what concerned me was we had no access to see if these people were okay or not okay. I mean, no one knew. I mean, we asked Commissioner de las Chanclas a couple of times when he was on, "What's up with this hub?" He goes, "I don't have information on that." Well, don't you think you should?
Where what that parking garage is owned by the city?
Yes.
Then he knows.
That's why, and again, and I got bitched at by the city commission. That's why when I called them out for being a sanctuary, us being a sanctuary city, they said we're not a sanctuary city. I said,
Hmm.
well, if it smells like a duck, it
Hmm.
farts like a duck, it
Hmm.
looks like a duck, it's got to be a duck.
Hmm.
And so those are the individuals that uh, were first coming in illegally and had COVID when COVID was around. And it was just full of COVID people. And as soon as they got well enough, they walk across, they get a red, a blue, or a white bag, and then they're
Hmm.
let loose in the United States. And a
Hmm.
bunch of them are sent to the airport, and they fly out anywhere they want to go in the United States, or they go on the bus.
Hmm.
So they're here. Well, wait up. I'm not joking. Tens of thousands of people are right there, 7 blocks away in Mexico, in Matamoros. They're waiting
Wow.
for immigrants to come across,
Oh
and
yeah.
they're from Venezuela because the people there, I talk to the people every day, and they tell me, he goes, "Ten cuidado, ahí están todos los venezolanos." I go like, they've been good to me so far, you know. But I mean, it's like a village there already.
And they're intense or what?
No, what happens? Have you been to Matamoros?
No.
Okay, across from Matamoros is El Álvaro Obregón. Alvaro Obregón. That's where we used to do the rol, and we used to
Oh,
go around.
I've been over there, but not lately.
Okay, well that street,
Mhm,
I don't know where Blanca White's was at. You remember Blanca
mhm,
White?
mhm.
Well, where Blanca White's was at, they used to have all these discotheques and all these
Right.
clubs
Mhm.
because all the gringo spring breakers and black spring breakers would come across to party in Matamoros because a lot of them couldn't party at the island because they were 18 or 19.
Mhm.
And then after the Mark Kilroy incident, you remember the Mark Kilroy
Yes.
incident,
Yes.
it stopped going. So what happened is a lot of these clubs, they couldn't keep up, so that they abandoned the buildings. So those abandoned buildings now house thousands of Venezuelans, Haitians.
Wow.
So it's trippy because you go down Alvaro Obregón and you're seeing the people hanging out of these abandoned buildings. And it's kind of trippy because in Mexico, there's this kind of law that once you inhabit a place, they can't kick you out. You know,
Wow.
it's not like there's no trespassing. There's no trespassing laws. But let's say that there's an empty building there that's been abandoned for a while, and if you go in there and move in there, Susan, they can't kick you out. You won't have electricity or water,
But you have a shelter.
but you have a shelter.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering, when are these people going to come across? And because you mentioned the title 42,
Yeah.
uh, I'm wondering if a lot of these people have the expectation that as soon as Wednesday's over, you can just walk across, and then
Well,
it's
of
going,
course.
huh?
Of course they do.
It's going to be a disaster.
Hmm.
Because one of the things that I think Lucy was asking is in regards to City of Brownsville being prepared with PUB for Friday and the mayor being prepared for Friday. Do you really think that we're prepared as a city for Friday if it hits as bad as it's supposed to hit?
I haven't even seen a shelter announcement yet. Have you?
No. I've seen one for Mission
I saw one for Harlingen.
and Harlingen, not from Brownsville.
I haven't either. That's not
That's
very. It's not very good. I mean, we contacted all of our patients today to make sure they had heaters and stuff. But if the electricity goes out, I mean, those heaters aren't going to help them.
well, and then you've got the other issue because a lot of during these days, and I think we've already had like two or three of them already. During these times when individuals are using these space heaters, then you get a lot of fire,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
people in their homes. And my concern is it just compounds, it
Hmm.
makes the problem even uh, more difficult than if it had been taken care of while it was small, if you had nipped it in the butt. And this is my issue with the city of Brownsville. Why is it that we have to wait until there's a huge problem upon us instead of making sure that there's resources available for these individuals that are probably going to need the resources if something like this happens? So my question is the city of Brownsville prepared for another February 2021? Was it February 2021 or 2020?
It was last year, wasn't it?
I
Yeah, it
think,
was last year.
yeah, 2021.
Oh, look, there's an update now that there is a so they're prepping the downtown recreation center, the former Boys and Girls Club, to
That's
serve as a warming shelter from 8 a.m. Thursday through 12 a.m. midnight on the 24th.
that's small. You know which one that is, right?
Why would they do that when we have the dome? I don't understand why we're not using that's what it is. And then what are they going to do? Kick everybody out on the 24th at 12 a.m.?
For Christmas?
Yeah, it's up until midnight on the 24th. Like
That's
literally
that's not
12:01, get out.
that's not very Christmassy, is it? Because there was no room for them in the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, that seems awful small.
But again, you know which one the Boys and Girls Club is, right?
Is that the one on the corner right there across from the where like the federal courthouse and all that is?
Uh,
Yeah,
Caddy
on the
corner.
corner.
It's
On the,
on the Caddy corner. It's on Tyler and Seventh.
that seems really small.
Super small. And look, and you made mention we have a FEMA dome, and that's what the FEMA dome was supposed to be for these type of emergencies. We don't have forward thinkers. We don't have those that plan. But again, my question is the city better off now in regards to being prepared for a situation than we were back in February of 2024?
Well, let's see what happens with PUB and see if they're prepared. I mean, the thing is that man, we've known about this already for a week. I don't understand why we have to wait till the last minute, and then why in the world would you? Why I get there has to be a reason that they're not using that dome, and that has to be a pretty good reason because this is ridiculous.
This is actually a good question. It has thoughts on law enforcement chasing vehicles like today on military around the school dismal time. Uh, you know, you want law enforcement to be a little bit more cautious, but uh, the vehicle that I saw doing the chase was Border Patrol. So I don't know how well in tune Border Patrol is with Garden Park Elementary being there. And again, I don't know the severity of the case in regards to why they were chasing these individuals. So I'm not sure if it was because they thought that they were illegals. Then maybe they should have let somebody else farther down the line know so that they could have stopped them. I don't know. I don't like to second guess our law enforcement on the spit of the moment. I'd rather all the facts come out and then have an idea as to the reason why. You got to give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt, and I think that's one of the things that we learned after what's the name of it? Uvalde. It's the name of that rancho city.
Mhm.
Uvalde is you may want to defend law enforcement all you want, but then you find out that they did a crappy job, and then you blast the crap out of them. But
Yeah, I
I'd
don't know.
rather.
I don't think I agree with the whole chasing thing. I just think it's safer probably to, you know, I don't know. I don't honestly have a solution because I have no experience in law enforcement, but I feel like it's so dangerous to be chasing cars throughout at high speed, especially throughout neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah, again, we'll see. Again, I hope people in law enforcement do the right thing. I was out with the Rona. I finally caught up, but I'm feeling much better now. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be negative again. Join the club. But let me say that I was in Lyons, Georgia, Vidalia, like the gringos call it, Vidalia, Georgia. I said that's Vidalia. Oh, Vidalia. That's what you're referring to. All right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is my English that bad? It's so funny because I seem to think that I speak halfway decent English. I went up there, and everywhere I went, I was like, "Oh, sir, could you?" And they were like, "Huh?" I'm going like English, but I mean, every restaurant, every place, they'd have to ask you, "What's here? What did you say?" Going like, "Doggone it, I'm American. I just look Mexican.
I'm American.
American. I just look illegal."
That's too funny.
It's true. It happened. Besides almost killing myself this weekend, uh, it's trippy because someone said, "Oh, Efra, my friend Efra goes, I haven't seen it posted that you almost got killed." I'm going like, "Yeah, I'm not going to post that." People are going to ask for details, and if it's a bus almost, if it's like an 18-wheeler almost running me over, you better believe I'm going to share the details with you.
You're
But
gonna
if it's
call 4444?
yeah, but if it's Erasmo being stupid, and Erasmo's not going to share the details with you. That's why I have a special little group out there. Traffic toward McAllen starts with after dawn and boom, puro bumper. Yeah, That's why I decided to pay those extra $100 and move my flight to New York City to Harlingen. Bring me some bagels. Bagels. What's that? Speak English. No. Uh, like, oh yeah, yeah. If you're on YouTube, please like that page. You only got 6 likes. Is there only 6 people on YouTube? I doubt that. Man, Lucy, what are you drinking? I want some of that. You are making comments after comments. Hi, Yasmin. I hadn't heard from you in a while. Not illegal aliens, immigrants. That's the Carlos speaking.
I see his comments already. Get ready for it. He's
Illegal,
fighting. He's
illegal.
fighting.
Sanctuary city means that you don't enforce ICE retainers. It has nothing to do with how many people are in your city seeking asylum. We're a sanctuary city. From Attorney Tabuada. From General Attorney. From the Attorney Carlos. That's not what Roy de las Chanclas calls him.
No, he doesn't even call him an attorney.
What kind of attorney are you?
Aren't you a criminal attorney? You
Sure.
should know this. I was like, oh, he did it.
Didn't. I saw a mother with a 3-month baby in the cold weather. You're going to see a lot more than that in these next couple of days, Mary. It's kind of really unfortunate. And no shelter, no bus stops, no resources, nothing. First, the,
Oh,
the Republican Supreme Court held up the end of T-42 for a couple of more weeks, which just means more people will be at the border. Makes no sense. Second, T-42 is a health measure. It is not an immigration. It is a health measure, but it helps stop the influx of all these illegals. And finally, when T-42 ends, yes, we revert to status quo immigration law, which allows people to be able to seek asylum in the U.S. like it's been done for decades. I think part of the problem is that the bar has been lowered to a point, catch and release. And let me tell you, I love individuals coming into this country. Just do it the right way. So your anger with regards to immigration comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of the law. I think that was for you, Susan.
no, not.
I'm not angry. I'm angry. You know where that's from? You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, Susan.
This is oh, I don't know.
Susan.
I'm not I don't pay attention to movies too much. Although I already got my tickets to go see um
Uh,
Avatar on Christmas Day. Yes.
oh, I was gonna
Yes.
say I'll I'll go with y'all, but I'll be in
Avatar.
New York City. Maybe oh, maybe we could go watch Avatar in New York City Friday
Ooh,
night.
that's a good idea.
Okay, that'd be interesting. In one of those like IMAX. I'm can someone go check if they have an IMAX in New York City? IMAX in New York City.
How long are you going to be over there?
4 days.
That's awesome.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days. Merry Brugiac to everyone. So, did we get confirmation that Brugiac got himself a new fluffy chair?
Have we not, just in time for Christmas bonuses, right? Have we not verified that yet, right? No one is saying anything.
But you know why no one's saying anything, right?
Why?
People at PUB are afraid of retaliation
I
because
mean,
the
come
one
on. You don't have one person somewhere that can give us the yes or no. Is he back?
I think I know someone that I could reach out to. But guys, he's back. Bougie back.
Mm.
Have we seen anything that says contrary to that? He's back. Well,
I'm
like,
just,
what kind of commissioner are you that doesn't do Should have been my response. Ah!
Should.
Erasmo, please bring me bagels and you'll be my best friend forever.
From New York. Oh, okay. Duh. I didn't know you were going to New York until after I just now read that. I was
Did you?
like, we got Willie Dean or Willie Jean right down the road here at North Park Plaza. Got bagels.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, pretty good.
I'm actually going to stop by tomorrow.
They're really good, actually.
What time do they open? Do you know?
Pretty early.
I might stop
Pretty
by
early.
tomorrow.
But they're actually, I mean, I like them. They're pretty good. I'm sure, of course, the ones from New York are 100% better. But
I had a fight with Oram today and yesterday. I know everyone's been wondering about that, so I just thought I'd
with who?
with my dentist.
Oh no.
I'm pissed.
8:30. They open at 8:30. Would you stop fighting with that poor guy?
No, he deserves it. He deserves all the grief I could dish his way. I'm not even joking. I was sharing with him about my incident up in Atlanta, and supposedly I was out there on the phone with him, and so I told him, I said, "It's really your fault," and he wouldn't accept that it was his fault.
Hmm. So now you're pissed.
I'm pretty pissed. And then
Wow.
he doesn't take suggestions. 'Cause I told him, I said, "Look at him. Get to get to Brownsville late night Thursday, early Friday, because we leave now at 11." He goes, "I think I'm leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning." I said, "You're not listening to what I'm saying." I said, "No, that's Chase. There's like there's a freeze coming, and people here don't know how to drive. With all these damn accidents, and then all the
He's going to New York with you.
yeah,
And you leave at 11 on Thursday,
yeah, 11:10 on Friday.
on Friday. And he's gonna come in 4 o'clock on Friday morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
I told him. I said, "Look, Abraham, we don't know how the roads are going to be from Cadereyta to the bridge. Plus, then he has to cross the damn bridge because he's a
Mhm.
Mexican, not an illegal, Carlo. I didn't say that. He's a Mexican because he doesn't have a visa to cross. He doesn't swim across. So then it's unpredictable in regards to how long those lines are. And let's say, okay, we have a house in Matamoros. Let's say he could leave that car at the house. Okay, but what's going to happen if there's a big old line of people wanting to walk across? He's not going to walk across. It's going to take like 2-3 hours.
That's
But
gonna
no,
be really cold.
well, screw him. But let him deal with the code. But why doesn't anyone listen to anything I say? Have I been wrong about anything?
What?
You still owe me $2.
Oh my gosh. I'm stressed out and it's not even Thursday yet.
You know you're gonna owe me $2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually starting to think that I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to get my $2 out. You
Wait,
know,
you mean about Brusiak? Because about the CRC, you've already lost.
no, not yet.
Okay, but you've lost. Okay,
Not yet.
I'm already 75% won on
No,
that one.
not yet. Bruges, I won.
That one you might.
The other one, Susan.
I want a picture of him at his desk though.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. They're not gonna
Somebody
put
can go by and take a selfie.
on the other one. I really truly believe that the city commission is going to knock the crap out of that one.
No,
Yeah. What about the city commission getting rid of Sandra Science?
let's hope it happens.
Huh?
Well, she's already voted out. She's not even the president anymore. I don't know when that takes over, right? But she already got voted out.
Not.
Hey,
Hey, Roman.
hello.
Hi, Roman.
Hey, Susan, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alive. I've been dealing with the microphone. I apologize. I would have been here 10 minutes ago, but my microphone wasn't working.
I don't even have a microphone.
Yeah, I do. Right here. It
No, me. I don't have one.
Yeah, that's why your voice sounds so muffled.
does it really?
Does
It
it?
shouldn't.
Susan's.
Oh,
Oh,
get a microphone.
Yeah,
I guess so.
it's cheap. Let me say, Roman, you look skinnier.
Yeah, I'm not skinnier. I'm fat. That's why I'm like only like here down.
Are you? Are you still fat? Fat?
Yeah, I'm fat. Of course I'm fat. You know I'm fat.
You lost. You look like a lot because you were like Cartman. Like the
No.
Tell us what you really think.
I
no,
know. It's okay. We've been friends for years. Like, so yeah, he could tell me what he think. I cares. I told him the same thing.
but I thought you lost. I'm not joking. I think you've lost weight.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
But let me tell you, you've got to stop wearing those stripes going sideways.
I know it makes me fatter. Yeah, I know. I just got whatever shit I could find. You're lucky I'm young. Because seriously, I had hard part. I know you wanted me at 9:15. I apologize for not being here sooner, but
Come
couldn't
on.
do it. Anyway,
But going back into the real conversation, Susan, I think because I think I heard that they're going to put it up for Susan or Sandra Signs to be removed, right? Am I the only one that found out about that?
That's
you're
what
always
I,
the phone. You're the only one who finds out anything in this town.
that's what I heard also.
Okay, so okay, let's say that that's the case. If that is the case, I think that we're going to find out later on that she was ready to quit the board. And what the commission wants to do is let's take credit for that. Let's just say we're going to vote her out.
That way, everybody that's running for mayor on the commission can say they did. Look what I did. Look what I did.
Makes sense.
Doesn't it make sense, Roman?
Yeah. Sometimes you do make sense. Not always.
When's the last time it didn't make sense?
I don't know. Well, let's not go there. We don't want to go. We don't want to start that fight. Anyway, no, but it'd be great if she were to resign, so they can get two people out, maybe, right?
No, because what they're going to say is, I think this is where they're playing this game with us. Oh, she was. Oh, you're talking. Well, wait. Let's just kick you out. And then at the last moment, she might say, "Well, I'm just going to turn in my resignation before you vote." And then they'll say, "We were ready to get rid of her, and she decided to retire, to quit the PUB board."
But the problem is that they still need a unanimous vote.
Do they? I thought it was only 6 out of 7 in order to remove a PUB
Sure.
board member.
No, unanimous.
Unanimous.
Hmm.
That's not going to happen.
Nope.
You don't
Uh,
think so?
No.
Who's the one person on the commission right now that would vote to keep her on?
Nerdith.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Well,
Where have you been, Roman?
where have I been? Just here at home.
I bet you $2
I don't have $2. I don't even have $2 in my name.
so that I can get it in case I lose against Erasmo. I'll break even.
You already owe me two.
No, I don't owe you 2 yet because we don't know if he's back or not.
Oh, come on.
I want to.
Oh wait! I missed something. What did I miss? Somebody, please.
Buziak, back at PUB.
Well, who's he's gonna come back?
No.
He's gonna come back. He has to. They're not gonna let him go.
He's already back.
Well, yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's
Well,
gonna
I
be
need
there
proof.
hanging out.
I need proof, and then I'll take you $2.
What kind of proof do you need? Just
I'll take
go
your-
stalk the parking. Well, no. I'm not encouraging any stalking because that would be illegal. But maybe you could go pay your PUB bill and just hang out there.
Does anybody know what kind of car he drives?
No, but again, I'm not condoning stalking. I'm not encouraging stalking. Don't want to go to jail with
Is there
this DA and this.
Oh, is there a
Police
special
officer.
CEO parking space?
I would assume so. Wouldn't there be? You're the ones who go to the PUB board meetings. I don't. And they have this new Fandango. What? How many stories is that stupid building that we paid for?
The building that has nobody in it?
The annex.
It's an annex, really?
Yeah,
That's what they're calling it. That's a pretty big annex.
it says annex
Wow.
right in front.
So what was it before? Because when you annex something, it means it was something, and so they brought it in. Like when you annex a
Well, that
property.
annex the main building.
Yeah.
Well, if you come in, the district is going to explode with non-English speaking students. If teachers are frustrated right now with students that don't speak English, it's going to get worse. Yeah, But let me tell you, I think one of the things that the school board members and the superintendent would be ecstatic about is that they're getting going to qualify for a lot more money, because besides the money that they get per day for the students, they're probably going to get a crap load of federal funds because of all the illegals that are going to be going to school here.
Can they go to the charter schools as well?
Yes,
Mm,
yeah, illegals can go to charter schools, and charter schools still get money for illegals.
hmm.
I find the flag behind you offensive to our veterans, despite being a green screen. Y'all heard about that one, right, Susan?
The word American being offensive or the flag being offensive?
No, I had found I go to flea markets, I go to thrift stores, and I found me a brigadier cap, brigadier general cap,
Oh,
and
okay.
I found me a military sergeant. I can't remember his name. These dress cap and a duffel bag and a backpack and a canteen, and I like saving these kind of stuff. I like rescuing them, and I bought them. And I took a picture with them. Someone went out there and said me wearing the cap was disrespectful to veterans in the military. I go like, how? It
It was in a thrift store.
was in a thrift
How
store.
more disrespectful can you get than being in a thrift store? I mean, really.
Hey,
We were talking about that today, how everyone is so sensitive. So sensitive. I
You have
mean,
to say it so sensitive. Oh my god, so sensitive.
you know,
Sorry.
so
and
sensitive.
I do this because every time I go to a flea market or a thrift store and I see a Bible or I see a flag, American flag, or I see some military, like actually, I've actually bought these triangle flags. The ones that are in the case.
Mm, mhm.
Ah,
I got
yeah.
some of those. I've found books, military books, like diaries for some individuals that were in some type of post. I can't even remember where it's at. And I was trying to find the individuals, or the family of the individuals who wrote it, because I thought it'd be cute, to return them. Haven't been able to find them. I actually sent out feelers uh, to try and find them. But with this, I looked for the sergeant who owned this cap. I'm trying to get it back to him. I thought it'd be kind of cool, or his family. I just haven't been able to find him. But I want to fix up the cap because it's a little bit on the damaged side. So I want to fix it up and either keep it or find the original owner and say, hey, man, I've got your stuff. But with that Brigadier General little cap, it's one of those Gomer Pyle caps, those ones that go like, if you're working in a restaurant type of caps. You know what you want to talk about?
Yeah.
What kind of caps are those? Are they like half moon caps?
I don't know what they're
I'm
called.
not a military historian, so I apologize.
No, no, but they also wear them at the restaurants. They're like these,
Yeah.
So some of those cap, it's a beautiful cap. I also found me some Elk Lodge little red things. I'm gonna wear those too. I don't care. So someone was saying I was being disrespectful and un-American.
Mm.
New York Ravens are the best. Sure are. I love them. Uh,
When are you leaving again?
Friday.
So you're gonna leave every time it freezes. You leave,
I do the
Mm.
thing.
except it's gonna be probably colder in New York though.
Yeah.
Hey, lox with bagels. Have you had lox?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you had
Mhm.
lox?
yeah. I don't get lost, but I get lost.
Lox.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Susan,
Yeah.
hey, are
No, I haven't had that before.
you having trouble with my English too, Roman? Or
No, I knew exactly what you said, locks, but it sounded like you said lost.
you never
Like
had
you're telling me to get lost.
you never had lox with bagels?
Yes,
Susan?
you have them in New York. Yeah.
I've
You
never
haven't?
been to New York. I'm not as privileged as you, Erasmo.
What's
Or
wrong?
me, because I've been to New York like one time.
No,
I
I
actually
haven't.
went to Broadway, which is weird. It's great.
That's kind of gay.
Well, I saw Wayne Knight Newman in a play was with George Segal. It was great.
When did you go?
In 1999.
Okay.
I did. It was great. It was
I'm hope
fun.
I'm hoping to go watch Wicked. Now that some friends of mine are also going to New York. I could send Abram and Jimmy with I'm not gonna say who, with Carlo, to go do the guy stuff, and I could probably go with, I'm not gonna say who, Kayla, to go watch Broadway.
I told you to go see the Neil Diamond musical.
No, I want to watch Wicked.
I know you did. You told me. But I'm
That was
telling you that Neil Diamond would be more fun because you know all the Neil Diamond songs.
Sweet Caroline,
Bow,
ba-dum,
bow,
bum, bum,
bow.
all the way around the world,
That would probably be
Coming to be America.
to America.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
Carlos says that they're not illegals. That's what they are. Coming to
No,
America.
they're migrants. They're migrant Erasmo. That's what we're supposed to call them, migrants. All of a sudden.
Mm.
Yeah, dude.
Pictures of the today.
You know, the monitor is reporting there's 10,000 of them ready to come across from Tamaulipas.
Well,
10,000 of them.
were you not
Gee.
listening to what I was saying?
Hmm?
Were you not listening to what I was saying?
Yeah, no, I was not listening to you. I was doing something. That's why I didn't see your first 30 minutes of the show.
More important,
I'm sorry.
at 9 o'clock, than to listen
Uh,
to it.
Sorry. I had family duties to do.
Hey,
Not duty, like pooping, but family duty.
my heart was broken last week, because I found out by accident that I wasn't Susan's favorite Castro.
That you were my favorite what?
I found out that I wasn't Susan's favorite Castro.
Oh
You
yeah.
Fidel? Is
I
it
don't
Fidel?
think so.
Or who was his brother? What was the name of his brother? Fidel, I
Raul,
forget.
Raul,
Raul. Everyone, it was Raulito. Ding,
He's
ding,
just
ding, ding,
he's
ding,
just
ding.
upset because he wasn't the first Castro. That's all. I've known his family, people in his family for a while.
that could
So,
be.
who's your favorite Castro then?
See, and they told me to stay away from you, and now look what happened.
That's what happens. You
I
can't
know.
stay away.
Yeah,
Every time they pull me out,
I'm
I
like
think I'm out. They
I'm like
pull me
Lay.
back in.
I'm like Lays. Once you start, you. But I'm just teasing. I love all my family, all the Castros.
You're the ones with the weird last names with the D.
Yeah,
All right.
I love the last name as it would be.
I can't say it. That's why.
They're close.
I know it's too difficult. It's a tongue twister.
Funny because the other day someone said, "Stop hitting people about fat or not." Apparently, some people are taking out their guns. I don't want Roman shooting me from across
Fat
the.
phobic.
Go ahead
Yeah,
and call.
somebody was getting mad because she called, I guess, Ashley Graham fat or something.
No,
I
no,
don't
we're
know.
talking about here.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh, okay. I thought this was like a national thing because Ashley Graham is
why?
voluptuous
Yeah, yeah,
supermodel or something,
yeah.
and I think she's Asian lady that was
That,
saying
that's
she's
just
fat.
racist, Roman.
I'm just saying. I'm describing her. You're allowed to say the adjective of the lady first. I thought that we figured that out with Bill Burr. It's whenever you do it, the Asian
Well,
after the noun, that's the problem. That's the racist.
Bill Burr.
Not that Burr. That's Alexander Graham. Alexander Burr, I think.
Deja Maggie Bass.
Hey, where is Maggie? I'm really sad that she left.
Maggie's nuts.
She just wrote something for my mental health, and I'm like, I'm being nice. I'm not being mean to Maggie. We're friends. It just happened that we disagree a lot.
Yeah, Maggie quit social media permanently.
Permanently?
I think so.
No, she said for a little while.
Wow.
What did y'all do to her?
I didn't do anything to her, but apparently I was not leaving her in paz.
I was trying to be supportive. Roman was the one that's trying to be a pain in the butt.
I just made comments and support just disagreed because I don't think that I think $525 is okay.
Well,
And she wanted $1,200. Huh?
That's not enough.
it's not enough.
When we've already given him $3,600
If
already?
you had given them 3,600, then maybe.
Oh, I don't know. They did. They gave him that money, and then they gave him a permanent raise.
They were supposed to give him 3,600. Did they get the 3,600?
Yeah, over the span of the year, they gave it in pieces. They gave $1,500 or something in June, and then they gave him like 600 in February or January. They gave him previously in October, and then the previous June.
Yeah, but they got money for all that, Roland. They got money.
Yeah, there's the ESSER funds.
The only reason that Roman is being like, oh, it's okay, is because he's buddies with the board president.
No, I just think that it's ridiculous that we're paying teachers continuously more and more. God, how much is enough for teachers? I say the same thing for any government employee. Because I'm conservative, like some people.
He did
Hmm?
was a slap in the face.
Really?
Individuals. Yeah. She literally slapped.
Did you get a raise this year, Erasmo? Susan, did you give yourself a raise this year?
No.
No, right? Because you work for a private sector, you're the private sector, so the public sector always gets to keep getting more and more money. Sorry. You see, that's why I could never get elected. Because public sector employees would never vote for me.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, "Oh my God, he's not going to give us a raise." You're right, I'm not.
Guys, do not vote for Roman.
Yeah, don't vote for Roman because I'm not running for anything, so it won't matter.
It was a slap in the face.
Okay.
Who have dealt with increased number of caseload, workload, and while other individuals continue to do nothing for the amount of money that
Well, dock their pay too, but I'm just saying that. Well, I'm not saying the teachers' pay should be docked. I'm saying the higher administrators dock their pay, reduce them. I mean, how many students does BISD have right now? 37,000.
36, 37.
I don't want to see how many did they have when they were getting paid. What, 40,000 or 45,000 when you were there?
52,000.
Okay, so they have less students at BISD, and you want to give them a pay raise?
Yeah, but
They
why
have
do
less
Leaving.
do they have less?
They have less teachers as well.
Well, why do we have less teachers? Because they're not
ratios are the
succeeding.
No, the ratios are the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do we have less students?
I don't know. That's a good question. They're still an A-rated district, though. Remember, don't forget that.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, it means crap. But
They were A when you were there, weren't they?
yeah. Well, I did an amazing job. Jessica is the stupidest individual.
No, she's not.
Stupidest individual on God's earth. Stupidest.
No, she's not.
She went out there and started to do the right thing in regards to requesting an audit.
Mm-hmm.
Wages for the teacher.
When did she request for an audit?
Well, she was in favor of it because if not,
When was she in favor of an audit?
she was in favor of it because else they would have not have put it on the agenda because they figured
No.
it passed.
No, the reason it was put on the agenda is because Carlos and Frank wanted it on the agenda, and she allowed it to be on the agenda. The problem that Carlos and Frank had with this particular item that they're concerned about, well, we want the $1,200, is because in the board policy, it stipulates that the president can take something off of the agenda, especially when it comes to a gift, because that's what this item was. This item can only be brought forth by the administration, not by a board member, because it's considered a gift.
Why not have an audit? Why not have an audit?
They just had an external audit. I'm all for an audit. I'm sure if Jessica is in favor of an audit, the problem is what the process is going to be like. That's the difference. The process needs to be done. If Carlos really wants an audit, first he should, I recommend it. And I supported Carlos. I voted for him. He's one of my buds. I support him still. But if he wants to do an audit, let's have a budget committee meeting, figure out what's in the budget, not call for a forensic audit within a month.
Budget meetings are they going to have until they figure out where the real loopholes are in the district. I mean, look, Roman, throughout these years that she's been out there and little Eddie had the majority of the board, I mean, they went through...
but she was in the minority and the majority.
Through Arambula out there, poking their eyes at the records department. They ran through the fertilizer crap over there at the maintenance department. They had this Sylvia's sister out there still putting her hands in federal funds. What have they done? They found out that Sylvia Atkinson stole millions of dollars from our kids. We still don't have an accounting for the $53 million for the Performing Arts Center. They finally had the majority out there to start to initiate the process of an audit, and Jessica, stupid piece of crap Jessica, shot them in the foot.
Not really, because I was actually at the meeting and I was listening to the meeting behind Maggie and Veronica. It was very clear that members of the board wanted to do an external audit. They were in favor of it. In fact, or Eddie, because he can't think for himself without reading a piece of paper. He had to read something how he wanted to go back to 2014, 2018, talking about the billboard. So there are things they were interested in doing an external audit, but how much is an external audit going to cost?
I
If
think
you look at what $5 million, are you willing to pay $5 million for an external audit?
we need some fiscal responsibility at this point.
Okay, I'm asking you, are you supportive of paying $5 million for an external audit?
It's not going to cost five. First of all, it's not going to
Why
cost
wouldn't it cost $5 million or $1 million or $2 million? Because when you look, I'm
dollars.
sorry.
It's not going to cost $5 million because the ones that we've seen it so far have been in the 150,000.
Because they're very, very narrow because they want to do a humongous external audit, but they can't pay for it because they don't have the funds to be able to pay for it. But to do the kind of audit that these individuals wanted is going to probably cost them in the millions.
Just pissed away $5 million on the insurance because of the deep hole that this board, the previous board, put them in. $7 million went into the health insurance, and they're still in the red. And they're still going to increase the premiums of individuals out there. But what I'm talking about, the $53 million, didn't happen last year. Didn't happen this November. $53 million were taken for the people of Brownsville and our kids 6 years ago.
Look, they're in the meeting. I think the board attorney or whoever that person was.
Focus on is a freaking scoreboard. We already know how much money we lost on the scoreboard.
I'm not defending Eddie, but that was just an example. But if you listened to when Maggie was speaking, the board attorney made a comment to her like, don't talk about that because that's something that's going to be an executive session. I don't know any personal information, but it seems to be that maybe there's already an investigation going on and they don't want to talk about the investigation that's happening because it could cause problems for the investigation.
Now you can say whatever the hell she wants in public comment.
Well, the thing is, the board attorney had her stop for a reason. What is that reason? Is there an investigation going on? We don't know.
I think that game he was just playing who had the bigger, cojones at that time. Because she should have been able in public comment to say whatever she wants. She doesn't know anything about it other than it happened. She should be able to speak whatever she wants in public comment. They don't talk back to her. So there's no debate going on. She wasn't asking for more information at that point. She was just stating the facts. So for him to come up and say anything like that was ridiculous.
Well, I'm reading tea leaves though. I don't disagree with you that people should be able to say what they want to say to a certain extent without defaming somebody at a board meeting. But he said something that told me, hey, I think there might be an investigation already happening and we don't want to talk about it.
So it doesn't matter. She can still say it. There should be an investigation.
No, I don't disagree with you. There should be, and there probably already is. Maybe the external is useless to be able to do what they're already doing in the investigation.
What they're saying, the issue that they are investigating right now are the $1.2 million that are missing. It's not enough. That's not the only amount of money that's missing from BISD. Not $1.2 million. Doesn't much matter. We already know that they're investigating that, like the same way that they're investigating the $1 million that was swindled from PUB. It's the same principle. And of course, there's going to be some federal agency out there concerned because it's scamming using electronic devices and all this other stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. And I'm praying to God that that's not what Carlos and Frank and everybody else out there should be talking about. What about the millions of dollars that Sylvia Atkinson stole 7 years ago? What about the millions of dollars that we lost to the Performing Arts Center 5 years ago? What about the other amounts of money that have been pocketed from this district? The fertilizer, the records rooms, everything. Why isn't anyone out there checking what these people are? And individuals that are supposed to be overseeing these, the ones that are getting paid $400,000 a year, they can't do their damn job.
Mm. Well, but look, my problem is the way that Carlos brought forth the external audit because he was the one, it was his item on the agenda. He wasn't very clear on what exactly he wanted. He didn't come in with a plan. I think it's better for them to talk it amongst themselves, decide what they want to do and then do it. I don't believe that Jessica or anybody on the board is against an external audit. What I do believe is that the process is not necessarily being followed. And if they want to talk about an external audit, call a budget meeting. Let's talk about it publicly in that meeting and then come forward with a proposal so they can go out for bids and then follow the process correctly and then everybody be happy.
Yet a more stupid individual than Jessica Gonzalez. Stupid.
You continue to say that, but then unlike her, she's on the board. Unlike us, she's on the board and she can make decisions she wants to.
After she can't make a freaking decision.
Yeah, she did.
She can't make a decision to save her life.
She kept something.
She is treated, and I don't want to say the word, she is treated like one of those individuals that you throw from one part to another part to another part and gets used and abused by everyone, has no respect for herself or for anyone out there that she's supposed to be out there monitoring or overseeing for. Because let me tell you, The other item that was on the agenda, which she pissed on, was getting rid of O'Hanlon, the same individual who poured money into the campaigns of the individuals that were bitching at her, that were trying to keep her down all this time. She needed to go. There's a conflict of interest. If the guy's out there pouring money into candidates, the guy should go.
Okay, why didn't Carlos say these things? Why didn't Carlos, when he brought the item on the agenda, again, it was his item, why didn't he voice why he wanted to get rid of them? He didn't actually say why he wanted to. He just said, I want to get rid of him, which was dumb.
Because that's brought out in discussion. Jessica should have been on board 100%. These are the same individuals, Roman, that
Mm-hmm.
put money in the pockets of the individuals that were against her to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So why keep someone like that there? But now they're playing nice to her. And you know what the end of the day is? She's probably going to get a big old little luncheon or a big old donation check from all these people. She's going to be okay because she's stupid.
Well, I don't think she's stupid. If the fact, the thing is that we have a process that needs to be followed, and I don't believe that Carlos is. I think Carlos is jumping the gun in many respects. He didn't give people a reason why to get rid of him, either any of this for the law firm.
A lot longer than Jessica has. Carlos is
Why didn't he do it though? He didn't do his job.
Carlos is 100 times more brighter.
Brighter, more brighter.
Ask you a question. On the agenda, wasn't it just a vote to have the forensic audit? Not how much, not with who. It was just a general vote. Yes or no to the forensic
Yeah,
audit.
but they didn't know what they wanted the audit to be about. There was no backup item. There was nothing like that. There should have been. If I were on the board, I'm pretty sure if me and Erasmo were on the board right now, we wanted to do a forensic audit, we would have said we want to do a forensic audit on this, and we want to go out for bids and see how much that's going to cost. Yes or no, you support it. Carlos did not do that. He didn't ask for my advice. He didn't ask for Erasmus' advice, I'm assuming. And I'm sure Erasmus would have told him, you need to have a plan. What do you want it to be?
We were screaming for audits.
We just had an audit by Carlos Cascos and Associates. They just did an external, not a forensic audit, but they did do an external audit. You can't say that there was no audit. There has not been an audit.
No, but those are the yearly audits that they always have. Roman, yeah.
Oh, and I agree. I don't disagree. But he doesn't know what he wants a forensic audit to be about. I mean, I'm all for it. Let's go 10 years. Let's do a forensic audit from like now to 2012 when the last time they did a forensic audit. Let's do it. But how much is it going to cost?
Absolutely not. Don't care for Radio City Musical. I love lox with bagels and capers.
Yeah, not lost.
Yummy.
Not lost with bagels.
Congrats to Monterrey. So they just landed Tesla Mexico EV and battery factory. This they did. Congratulations.
Another reason for Erasmo to go to Monterrey, Chivas.
School district is the best. Not less students doesn't mean that the workload is different for the teachers. Less students doesn't make their job easier.
Oh, but we should lower the amount of administrators we have, right? We should get rid of administrators.
Definitely. You're talking about superintendent, and all of that. They still have the same amount of people.
Look, I'm all for like cutting down the bloated government that we have. I'm all for it.
Totally.
All right, guys, our time is up, and
What?
I need to hit Walmart. Susan, what's our next steps?
January 3rd, no? January 3rd is the city commission?
Are you running?
No, the meeting.
You should run.
January 3rd is the city commission, and then January 9th is the PUB.
You should run. What happens if Roy decides to run for mayor? Like I've heard rumors that Roy's thinking about running for mayor. If he runs for mayor, that means he has to give up his seat. You should run for District 3. I've heard like pretty much everybody on the commission wants to run for mayor. So if Roy were to run for mayor, he'd have to resign. What about you, Susan? You should run for it. Run for that spot. Or the at-large position. Run with the slate with Erasmo. I don't think anybody wants to be the at-large commissioner. Right? Nobody's announced for that one?
Not yet. For the at-large?
Mm-hmm.
Not officially.
Do you know of anybody?
Maybe.
If it's Frankie, I'll vote for Susan. Just kidding, Frankie.
Roman, next steps, anything other?
For me, I don't know. I'm gonna start to stay warm, and maybe somebody will make me caldo
You could go to the shelter at the Boys and Girls Club.
and give them caldo, or go get caldo.
If there's enough room there for you.
Nah, I got family duty this week. It's great. Get my baby because he's off from school already, so I get to have.
I got your caldo right now.
I don't want your caldo.
great rest of the evening. Stay warm, and guys, see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Guys, be good to each other. And you be good to me. God bless. Thanks, guys.
Bye bye.